Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is handmadeinvermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Waves pendant. This is the 132160. Let's get into details about it. Let's talk about the height of the fixture body itself, and that's going to be independent of that rod it's hanging from. And that's going to be all those decorative pieces you see going around in a circle. 6.6 inches high, so it's only about yay high. Diameter is 34.2. And then now let's get into the overall height. That's the distance from the bottom of that fixture to the actual ceiling itself. And you're going to notice Hubbardton offers a lot of these overall heights available. You're going to be able to see those in a chart. The chart is way down there in the corner. And you'll notice there are all these different charts. There's also going to be a list of which combinations of rods you're going to be using to get to those overall heights. So check that out. There's also a good way to see this is to look at the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. So look at that for me. It's going to show you a full parts list of all these parts that are going to come with it. Shows you some nice drawings, including the canopy setup, so it's good to look at that. But it's there on all Hubbardton Forge fixtures, so take advantage of that if you can. So let's talk about the overall height again. It's going to give you, the shortest this can be is 9 inches, so this kind of qualifies as a semi-flush in my book, but it can go all the way to 54 inches as standard product coming down. It's going to ship with 62 inches of wire. If you need to go beyond that 54 inches, let's say you have a 10-foot or a 20-foot ceiling or something like that, and you need it to be much, much longer than 54 inches, drop me a quick email and tell me what you're looking for. So say you're looking for a 132160, tell me if it's a flat ceiling or a slope ceiling, but also tell me the overall height you're looking for. So it doesn't matter what that number is. I'm going to take your email, I'm going to send it through Hubbardton Forge's customs department and engineering, and it's going to come back with an answer for us. We do customs every day. It just adds a little time and money, but it's a great way for you to get exactly what you need and want. Okay, so let's move on and talk about this whole system of interconnecting pipes. So you're going to be getting 3, this is automatically what's going to come in the beginning. 3 of the 12s, 1 of the 6, and 1 of the 3. So that's what's going to come first. And then you can always go custom if you need to go longer, like I said before. Pipes have threading on the inside. What holds them together is called a connector, which also has threading on the ends. And basically you do exactly what it sounds like. You just screw it together. And when you do, you're going to notice that it's an amazingly clean look. The engineering and the millwork on this is great. So you barely even see a line. It just looks like a solid rod. When you're putting it together, you're going to be putting a towel down on the table. You're going to put that decorative bottom part with the sockets down first, and you're basically going to feed your wires through these little parts one by one. And when you're done, you're going to be feeding that wire through the canopy up on the ceiling, and then you're just going to screw the pieces together like I've been doing, and you're going to kind of build your way up. So it's an easy way to do that. Canopy on the ceiling is a 5-inch round, okay, 5-inch round dome. And it's slope ceiling adaptable to 45 degrees already. You don't have to do anything if you guys have a slope ceiling. You're all set. Has a knuckle, just like your finger, built into the top. So just like that, you're at 45 and you're good to go. Let's talk about a couple other things. This is 24.6 pounds. It's going to hang off a normal 4-inch junction box. You want to tell your installer that it's going to be 24 pounds, though, almost 25, just to be on the safe side. What's going to be going on inside of this is you're going to be using 6 of these sockets. These are chandelier bulbs. Type B is what this is called. And these are going to be on their sides all the way around, hiding inside of that. If you have this up high, just remember you're going to be able to see up and see these bulbs. So if you do, then that's how we have it in our showroom basically. We have it up pretty high. I put in decorative bulbs like this, and I put in a frosted bulb because I didn't want to see the glare. So just something to keep in mind. If you're going to have it over a dining room table and it's going to be much lower and you're going to look at it from the side, which is a great way to see this fixture, then you can kind of do clear bulbs. So you can do whatever you want because you're really not going to be able to see the bulbs unless you're sitting down. And then it's not going to be really a big deal because you're really going to be looking across from you to somebody else. Let's talk about what's going on into those bulbs as well. So if you want to do incandescent, you can do that. Incandescent, it's a dimmable fixture. It would just go on a regular dimmer. Incandescent, you're going to be maxing out at 60 watts per bulb, okay? And this is the kind of bulb you're going to be using in this. It's called a G16, and it's really kind of a ping pong ball size bulb and shape. So 60 watts in each of those 6 sockets, 360 watts of light, tons of light. You don't need to go there, but if you do, put it on a dimmer. If you want to go LED, and you should think about that, because a lot of people do, There's all kinds of bulbs you can do. This is also an incandescent version of that same one I had a second ago, but it's just a clear version. We'll put that aside. But we'll talk about what is going into this as far as an LED goes. So this is an LED version of that same bulb. It's actually a G16.5, and that's just the way it goes because this is a little longer. It has to hold a driver inside of this. There's a little mechanics inside that little part right there that's making the LED go. And this is probably a 40 watt equivalent, but again, don't forget you have 6 of these. These max out at 60 watt equivalent out in the marketplace. I haven't seen beyond that, but that's still a ton of light, don't forget. They come in frosted, they come in clear. This is a phosphorus version, that's probably what you're gonna end up with, but there may be other ones out there if you look around. When I talk about the color of light, the color of light basically is very important to us here. The light coming down on my hands right now is 3000 Kelvin. That's that warm white. But when you go out looking in the marketplace, doesn't matter if you're in a store or if you're online, you're going to notice there's a range of color of the light. And it starts off at 2700 Kelvin. That's that super yellow setting sunlight that's going to be offered. But way on the other side, you're going to also see a lot of these bulbs are going to be offered in daylight. And daylight sounds warm. It's not warm. That's that blue hospital waiting room light, or almost like an overcast cloudy day. That's that blue white light. That's going to be 4000, 5000, 6000 Kelvin on that Kelvin scale. Like I said, in our showroom we like to use warm white. That's the light coming down on my hands right now. It's really nice. This is 3000 Kelvin. That's just what we happen to like, and we have 400 Hubbardson Forge fixtures in the showroom, and a lot of them are that warm white. Almost all of them are, basically. So when you're out in the world looking, make sure that you also make sure you get a dimmable version of this too, and it's going to say it on the box or it's going to say it online. Very, very important. Tell your installer that you're using dimmable LEDs because they're going to need to put the correct switch on the wall for you. Let's get into finishes now. If you're on the handmadeinvermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardson Forge finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things. So you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardson Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardson Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you were coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardson Forge fixtures from handmadeinvermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing, that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardson Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email, and I can walk you through the whole thing, okay? So, if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.